Yo, what's going on YouTube? I got so many videos to post. I got so much music to drop. And I'm about to be dropping that shit, man. Like, niggas don't understand, but like, bro, here, before we get to it, hold on. I don't know. Okay. You need to go outside, CC. Go outside. Go, CC, go. Go. Alright. I had to let my chihuahua out, bruh. Hold on. I don't have a lighter. Damn it. Excuse my unprofessionalism with the start of this video. Alright, we here now. We live, baby. We live. So, I don't even know what I wanted to talk about now, though. Actually, yeah, what I was going to talk about, bro. Hey, man. Okay, seriously. Understand right now, bro, that it is totally okay wherever you are right now in life. I think the biggest thing that anybody can draw strength from is understanding that you got to never give up. And with that is knowing that there's going to be times where it feels like you're on the top of the mountain. There's going to be times it feels like you're super low, but no matter where you're at least feel in control of yourself. You got to feel in control of yourself. Y'all done, CC? Come on. Come on. There you go. Good girl. There you go. Good job. I'll be having to guide her back in because she's blind, so you have to keep speaking to her so she'll go the right way. It's really interesting watching a blind dog walk around, especially in the new surroundings, because if you guys haven't noticed, we gotta do this live, hey, you feel me? Like, I ain't gonna speak on it too much because, I don't want to seem like I'm bragging out my ass or nothing, but it's nice, bro. I love it. I love just where I'm at right now. No bad. Okay. I got a little water tan. I'll start to do it right off the back and get into this conversation with y'all. Don't worry, bruh. Of course, there's times in life where you feel like you're going to need to move urgently because, back against the wall, the bills got to be paid, food got to be put on the table, you could have a family on the way, all kind of shit. Don't get it twisted. I understand. I do understand. But what I can tell you is the biggest thing you can do is to just truly be strong in your faith in yourself. You should have faith in God, but your faith in yourself has to be very strong too. God is within you. God is within you. But since He within you, you gotta be strong for yourself, bro. Have faith in yourself that even though you're in a fucked up situation right now, even if you know the end is imminent, even if you know you're getting evicted tomorrow, to still have faith that you will bounce back from whatever is about to happen. Even if you can't stop some type of L, that you can still bounce back from it. You can. You can have life in prison. And that whole rest of your life while you're in prison, you use it as a way to serve people who come in and only have a year or something like that. And that you can maybe try to change their mind. Or you can use it, sneak a phone in and start a TikTok where you just spend the rest of you telling people, bro, it's not worth it. You go viral on TikTok and you never make a dime off of it. Or because of that, you help your family get some residuals out of you becoming the greatest, the greatest locked up Pope ever or something, Like, I think You see how the punch. There's always redemption. That's how I put it. Shit. Punch. But there's always redemption, bruh. You can redeem yourself every time, every day of the week, and twice on Sunday type shit, you feel me? It's about what you willing to sit there and tell yourself. What are you willing to tell yourself? What are you willing to tell yourself? What are the words you're willing to put into your head? How do you look at yourself? That's the thing. Your success can skyrocket so easily by looking at yourself in such a better light and attacking it and putting in the actions and the effort to prove to you that you are that person. You feel me? You might not be a millionaire right now, but you waking up early, you working out before you go to work, you working out after you get off work, you cutting down your drinking and smoking and excessiveness, you cutting down playing the game and excessiveness, you cutting out, watching porn, you cutting out watching just violent things, you picking up just reading a page of a book a day, fucking just walking outside for 5 minutes to enjoy the air, increasing your social life by just going and introducing. Some of y'all live next to people and don't know your neighbors' names. Go meet your neighbors. It was Cinco de Mayo. I literally got a neighbor behind me. I just seen him in his backyard having a good time. He seen me. He just said, "What's up?" I said, "What's up?" Chopped it up for a little bit. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I was like, "Hey man, let's have a shot real quick." Just brought my bottles over there real quick. Had a shot with his family. Met him. All them cool. They all had a little story from me real quick, and then I left. And those are the things, and those are the types of things that like a millionaire has to have in their repertoire. You got to have it in your repertoire to be able to see something, or maybe even if it's a quick reach out to you, to be able to turn it into something a little bit more. Now the next thing you know, someone could be in my backyard that doesn't look like me, looks suspicious. You gonna see him, and I'm not gonna speak for him, but I'm saying by doing that, you never know. Now he might immediately call the police. I think there's somebody in my neighbor's backyard. I've never seen this man before, and he's looking real suspicious. It seems like he's not able to get in. I'm pretty sure he's not around there. I've never seen him around there. I've never seen him with the owner and all this. Woo. And just like that, you feel me? Versus, when you don't know your neighbor, sometimes they might see some shit happening over at your crib and they just gonna mind their business. They don't know anything about you. They don't know who even stays there. They don't know that, to not necessarily look out for something strange happening at your crib, but that if something does and it looks odd and they never heard it come from your mouth, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, hold on. I don't think Vontae did it. Just to be sure." Or if they have your number, if that's even better, if you're good with your neighbors too, then they can just call you too, text you. "Hey, yeah, I just seen this. I just want to make sure that it's right. I don't want to cause any trouble. I just want to make sure that your house is good." Bro, y'all got to understand the power in just picking up all kinds of that reading one page a day. Then it gets to 2, then 3, then 4. Now, next thing you know, you read the first book that helps you understand business so much better, and you skyrocket in sales by at least 15%. You make 60,000 off of your business one year. The next year you make 70, 75. So that's how I look at it. I just feel like there's a lot of power in that. So stick to that. Focus on that. Don't let your mental get drawn out by so much that's going on, because there's so many things right now that's attacking our mentals regularly. And don't get it twisted, I would be vulnerable enough to tell y'all, I'm fucked up right now. I'm making things happen for my life and good things are coming and I'm very excited, but right now it's kind of gloomy. Some people would say that, but I wouldn't say that, because like I said, I know I'm gonna be alright. And I'm gonna get out of it with a smile on my face, not with a broken heart. That's become like a new thing I've taken a lot of pride in, that like more times than not now than like how I've transformed my mind and my body is that when I go through L's and this and that, instead of feeling like brokenhearted about it and like it can and you win and get out of it, you can feel some depression. I feel so much more glory to the one above and just to myself. That like, bro, every time there's something going on, I know I'm gonna get out of it, and I get out of it, and like that's the beauty in my life. That's the beauty in the stories I'm gonna be able to tell my son and my son's sons and my son's son's sons if I record these videos and they can watch them one day. You know, like there is beauty in the struggle. The struggle is beautiful, especially because it all comes to an end. That's the thing that's so crazy, and that's why, some people, we're in a time where, like, a lot of people are in their feelings, like we have NBA YoungBoy and Rod Wave in today's date, and they're like top artists. There's not too many top artists you can think of from early 2000s, late 90s, and all that. I mean, like alt bands and things like that were doing their thing, but like niggas who could be literally on the Billboard as the #1 album, and like people, if YoungBoy didn't have all his like violent issues, he would be a Grammy artist, or what is that, Grammys or Oscars? I should know this because I make music, but I don't. He would be one of those types, and it's like he makes music literally about how depressed he can be. So we're living in a time where more and more people, like, we can understand that about each other, but we go about it so wrong. It's beautiful that we go through pain. If everything was always just perfect, like, bruh, it wouldn't be what we're on. It wouldn't be Earth. It wouldn't be this test. It wouldn't be this game. Like, people always call this, we're in a simulation. If it's a simulation, that means there's a game. That means, there's rules, basic rules to it that constantly stand. Sometimes there's an exception. Like anything. Like in Siege, if I shoot you in the head, you're supposed to die. But sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't kill a nigga, though you shoot him dead in the head. Sometimes, even when you got the it still doesn't work. Sometimes even when you pick the best play to run against another person's formation, it just doesn't work because one person does something that they weren't supposed to do, or they were prepared for it, this and that. That's life. That's life. That's why it's fair, because it's unfair. That's why life is fair. Life is so fair. You get everything you deserve. You get everything you need, I feel like. And that's to people who even go through some of the worst traumas. And I feel like I've gone through terrible trauma, and I deserved it. It was part of my life. It was part of my journey. Like, literally. So because of that, I'm so happy for it now. Like, I'm on my hippie shit for real, bro. I'm really on my hippie shit. I used to want so much more, and now I just really know what I need. Like, I just know what I need to be, like, feel like there's no need for the outer pursuit of other validations of other things that I used to want. It's just more about making goals that I have completed. And every goal that I ever think of, that I can do it. And I do it. Real rap, bro. I'll catch up with y'all.